G'day guys, welcome back. Got my dirty gloves on, I'm going again. Hopefully this will be the last one. I really like the ribbon pour that I did. I got a lot of bright white on the pour. Just having that extra bit of white just gives the eye somewhere to rest, especially if you're doing a really big painting. I think it's nice to have that that white, that negative space, just to kind of break up all the other colours. I did really like the first one though, when I did the flip cup, so I'm going to see if I can maybe combine the two. So here we go again. Pouring medium, 60% glue, 40% water. So in here I've got 70 grams of pouring medium, 70 grams of paint. The copper has got 70 grams of pouring medium and 90 grams of paint. This one has got 50 grams of pouring medium and 70 grams of paint, but it still looks a bit thick. I'm going to have to up that. Oh, sorry, a bit thin. I have to pop a little bit of extra in. Put another blob in, so probably 80. This coastal turquoise is just a really thin paint. So 50 grams of pouring medium, 80 grams of paint, and the white is just 70 and 70. Didn't have to do anything to that. Leaves a little mound on a mound. Now I've got too much paint here, but we'll just go with it. So 4 drops, I'll just put 4 drops in each, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't need any in the white. It's my opaque colour. Look how thick that looks. It's just bizarre, isn't it? You have to make your metallics much thicker than the other paints, otherwise they just blend in and you don't even see them at all. And if your metallics are too thin, then your cells are going to grow really big and out of shape and go all wobbly. So make sure that you have lots of, that you thicken your metallics up. Righto, so let's do this again. White. Use up all my white, just divide it evenly between the 3 cups. I'm going to go again with the dirty pour. I really like the results that you get from the dirty pour as opposed to layering. Look, I like both, I do, but for this particular painting I want to do the dirty pour. You get really, really pretty cells, multicoloured cells. So from up high, around a little bit, try and spread that colour through the white rather than have it just in one spot. So if you go into the middle, now you want to just maybe move it around a bit so that the turquoise is everywhere, not just in the centre of the cup. So just give it a little bit of a swirl as you're pouring it in. That's what I think anyway. But feel free to have a play, maybe just try pouring the colour into the centre for each colour and see how that goes. Let me know. I tend to just sort of pour it around a bit, so everything's getting a little bit of each colour. And then my dark one will go in on top of all the light ones and fall through all those colours. Now hopefully this will be the last one before I go to my big one. I haven't even decided what size I'm going to do yet. I've got quite a few blank canvases dotted around the place in my studio here, waiting for me to pour on them, because I haven't really done a big one since I did that one for my daughter, hey? That was a while ago, probably due for a big one. So the idea for this pour is, because there's a lot of white in the bottom of the cup. I started with white. There's a lot going to be left in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the cup down, and then I'm going to come up around and back up. So hopefully the bits that come back up are going to have white in them. You get a different effect from pulling straight down, lifting your cup back up, and then putting another piece through. This piece is always going to be stripy. So I'm hoping that if I just pull down and just continue the flow, hopefully I'll have that sort of more of a fluid effect. I'm hoping. We'll see. Okay, so I've got white. And I've got my navy deep space. The turquoise I'm using is called Coastal Turquoise. It's a little bit more blue than your usual yellow, greenish turquoise colour. And that's my metallic copper. So that is the colours. Right. Look at that pretty little cell in there. I'm hoping I've got enough navy. I really want the navy to pop. Oh, I just can't decide whether I want to do the ribbon pour or whether I want to do the flip cup pour. I love the ribbon pour because I get that extra, those blocks of white and the blocks of navy. And in this, it's more blurred, you know, it's more of a blurred background. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Down and then back up. I did it! Yay! See, I'm getting different colours there. Not all the same. Let's see if I can just move it along a touch before I flip the others over. Okay. There's a tiny bit of paint left in there, but I think it'll be all right. Don't think I need any more. This is going to be tricky, isn't it? Come down and then where do I take the next one? Nowhere. Or maybe I just don't bring the next one up. Maybe I just bring this one down. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do now. Thinking out loud. Oh, my navy's in the bottom of the cup. Oh, look at the copper. Pretty. Just move this one over. I should better just bring it down there and up there. Should work. I've probably got way too much paint on here than what I need for this size. Oh, there's my navy. I want some more navy. Oh, this probably wasn't a good idea, you guys, making a stripe through the middle, but hey, it's done now. I saw that navy and I thought, oh, I want some more of that in the middle. Look at it. Gorgeous. Love that navy. Now you can see I've got a lot of paint on the surface here. As I said, way too much for this little 12 by 16 inch card. Just don't like how it stops there and stops here. Just have to continue that down. That's better. I just don't like how when I take them around I get that rounded bit on the bottom. Don't like it at all. Okay, so we've got some stripes there, some good colours. We've got some pale aqua, darker aqua, we've got white, turquoise, copper, navy. Looking good so far. Let's torch. And as I've said in previous videos, if you have too much paint on your surface, you can't stretch it out. You can't stretch your cells out without, you know, losing half your paint over the edge. So I probably should have calculated a little bit better. I figured, oh, I'm just practicing, I won't worry too much about all the calculations, but you know, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it properly, hey, to the best of your abilities, even though you're only just practicing. Might as well do it properly. So I think I do have too much paint. Whoops, got too close there. Look, colony coming up. Oh, actually a little bit in this white just here, I think. Anything in there? It's hard to get just that little tiny bit there without hitting the sides there where I don't want any more cells. Okay. Just checking out my cells. Copper here is doing a little bit of a weird thing. Okay, let's tilt. Now I want to keep the navy. I'll go down this way first and just cover the side. And this bit here, that's a bit blobby, so that can go. I'll just get the paint moving, get the momentum of it going. And that will more easily carry the paint over the edges if I've got it moving. Okay. Let's clean this off so you can see where the paint is going. Well, those are pretty cells, aren't they? Very nice. I don't know if you guys can see the difference in cells from doing a dirty pour versus a layered pour, you know, a dirty flip cup as opposed to a layered flip cup. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. I can, but maybe it's not that noticeable to others. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a problem child here. Let's just wet that surface, make it easier for the paint to flow over. Don't really want it to go over that long edge just yet. I want to cover these blank areas first. Rushed it a bit at the end. I'm just going, let's just get this done. This is my fourth one today. I'm kind of over it. Oh dear. No, I should just take my time, shouldn't I? Got a bit of a wiggle happening down here that I don't like. Let's see if I can get some of that off. That little wiggle down the bottom. Wiggle, wiggle. I think that's got it. Why is there always one section or one cup that you love? Hey, look at that. That is amazing. Look at those cells. I did pour that stripe through there, didn't I? That's why I don't like that, because I poured the stripe through it. My own fault. Okay, so what do we think of this one? I'm not loving this edge here. Can't remember what I did over there with that edge. I'm just going to have to leave it though, unless I can get my hand under here and just bend this down a bit and get rid of some of that off there that I don't like. Okay. That's better. It's a good thing with these cards. You can't do it with the canvas, but you can with the card. Stuck my finger in it. Just took that little bit off there that I wasn't that happy with. So, big dramatic bar of copper down the centre. Once that dries, that'll be pretty amazing. So, what do we think of me bringing the cup back up? So obviously you can see that was the first drag, that was coming back up. That was the second drag, that was coming back up, and then so forth and so on. So it's more stripy, I guess. What do you think of that look? Now I'll show you the first one again. Love, love, love. Now this is the first one I did. This one was with the Aqua. I changed to the darker blue. So that was just the 3 flips, flip and drags. I don't think I brought any of the paint back up, and that one I did. What do you think? Which do you prefer? And then there's this guy, which is the ribbon pour. It's a lot more white, a lot more blocks of colour, and then that one. So that the middle one that I've done today, well, the third one that I did today is kind of halfway between this one and that first one. So even though I say I'm going to do A on my big one, like, you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get a mixture of them. It's usually nothing like what you expect it to be. So it's hard to say I'm going to do it in this style, one particular style, because it's, yeah, you can aim for a style, but then you don't tend to get exactly what you want, do you, in pours? But I could at least plan and aim for one particular style. So the first one was the flip and drag. The second one was the ribbon pour. And then this third one, it's the flip and drag and then taken back up again to create more of a ribbon effect. So those are my 3 options. Not sure. I don't know which I prefer. Maybe I'll just do a bit of everything, see what happens. The camera's a little bit wonky up there. I thought it was straight, but it's not. Okay, look at those amazing cells. They're so beautiful. And this is what happens when you pour your paints in on top of each other from up high. Mixing in the cup, but they're a thick enough consistency that they're not sort of blending too much and going muddy. So that's what you have to be careful of. So we've got that nice block of navy up the end there. Haven't got much else in the way of navy. But see, if this was a really big pour, I'd have that block of navy, I'd have that big block of copper. Somewhere else in the pour, hopefully I'd have another big block of copper. It's just not as easy on a little one like this. So there's that one, and then there's that one. I think I do prefer the darker turquoise though, as opposed to that. But just the style, I'm not sure which way to go. All right, I'll have a think about it and see what I'm going to do. And I, of course, will be back with the next one. See you then. Bye for now.